We thank God our Father for blessing these student athletes from Archbishop Carroll and Cardinal with their gifts and talents. We strive to uphold Christian and gospel values in all that we do. May Almighty God bless our competition, children, coaches, officials, and all who are present. We ask all this through Christ our Lord. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. And now for the national anthem. Starting for your Archbishop Carroll Patriots, we have number 5, Carter. Number 3, Cardinal. Number 2, Chase Coleman. Number 0, Moses Hicks. And number 35, Cardinal. The officials of today's contest are Craig Ray, James Carroll, and David Chapman. Type their name.
1, 2, 3. Or 1 and 2, I don't think.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to a PCL battle between the Lions of Cardinal O'Hara and your Patriots of Archbishop Carroll. It's Tommy Anderson alongside Billy Engler and Andrew Renato with the Carroll live stream team, and we are just about ready to get underway. Your starters for O'Hara are Adrian Irving Jr., Masai Harris, Trey Roberts, Hunter Johnson, and Jax Trickey. And for Carroll, Tyler Seward, Caleb Carter, Anquan Hill, Moses Hipps, and Chase Coleman. And we are underway as O'Hara and Hunter Johnson bring it up, and he'll step right into a 3. That won't be good. Tyler Seward will take it the other way for Carroll to Moses Hipps. Rims out from 3. That'll be Trey Roberts with the rebound. Quick start from both teams. A 3 on each end, both no good, and O'Hara's gonna set it up. It's Masai Harris, the junior. Chase Coleman on him. There's Irving, he'll try a 3, and he'll rattle out Seward with another rebound. It'll be Hipps. Caleb Carter down low, Anquan Hill. He's getting doubled momentarily, but spins out of it and lays in for 2. Anquan Hill with his first bucket, the leading scorer for Carroll, averaging 14.3 points per game, which is good for 13th in the Catholic League. And here's Irving now. He stops, collects his dribble, kicks it in the corner. It's Harris for 3, and he's got it. Masai Harris splashes a triple to give O'Hara the 3-2 lead. This is Cardinal O'Hara's first game of the season, as they had some contact tracing within their program, so they were forced to suspend basketball activities.
O'Hara looking ready for their first game. Their bench is getting hyped for their team.
Carter over to Coleman, who drives, kicks to Hipps. Thought about a mid-range, but that's going to be travel. Moses Hipps, the freshman, had 5 threes in the loss against LaSalle. Yeah, Carroll is coming off 3 consecutive losses at home. They would love to have this one here. Their most recent defeat was against LaSalle by a score of 65-49 earlier in the week. It'll be Irving. Stops to Tricky. Back to Irving. He feeds Tricky in the post. This will be a good matchup today between Hill and Tricky. Tricky spins, goes up with a righty hook, and gets it to go. Jack's Tricky, the senior, with his first bucket. And the long pass is turned over, and it's going to be back O'Hara the other way. It's Harris. Stops, pulls up for the mid-range two, and he drills that one too. Masai Harris is looking good to start here. He's got 5. Cardinal O'Hara leads this one by 7. It'll be Tyler Seward now. Hill sets a screen on him, but that's going to be a moving screen call on Anquan Hill. That'll be his first, and that's going to be the first foul of the game. Great start from Cardinal O'Hara. Like I said, this is their first game action, but they're showing no signs of rust here in the early going.
Carroll knows they have to guard shooters, and that's what the coaches are stressing in this one. Don't give up open shots.
That ball is going to be tipped away, and it will be the Patriots basketball here. It'll be Tyler Seward. Now Carter. Carter drives, kicks. Seward drives, stops, falling over, gets it to Chase Coleman. Good look for 3. He can't hit that. It'll be rebound by Hunter Johnson. He's got Masai Harris for a wide open 3. He leaves that well short. It's going to be Seward the other way. Carroll has numbers. It's Seward. Stops. Jump stop into the lane. Nice move by the senior. Tyler Seward gets on the board with his first bucket. Carroll trails 7-4. Nice patient attack from the Haverford School transfer. Harris gets all the way to the cup, can't finish. It'll be Moses Hips up ahead to Coleman, who gets it right back to Hips. Hips drives in. Scoop underhand layup. They're going to call that on the floor. That's going to be
Hunter Johnson with the foul.
That will be Hunter Johnson. Great take from Hips. It looked like he got that one to go, but the refs did not give him the continuation, and it'll just be an out of bounds. Carroll will inbound the ball here. Harold Ivory checks in for the first time. He gets Chase Coleman. Seward gets a spinning Hill, who goes up for the slam, but he's fouled hard by Jack's Tricky. That'll be his first. But Anquan Hill will go to the line, and he'll shoot 2.
If you're Jack's Tricky, that's all you can do when you have Anquan in the post, just having his way to get to the basket.
Absolutely. You don't want to be put on the poster there. It's a smart foul from Tricky as Hill knocks down his first. Anquan Hill has had a brilliant beginning to his senior season. Like I said, he's averaging 14.3 points per game, but also 11.3 rebounds. He leads the Catholic League in rebounding and also has 1.8 blocks per game. That's good for 3rd in the Catholic League. So some big-time numbers for the senior. He's got 4 here. O'Hara's going to lead this one 7-6.
Carroll coming out with a press on defense here.
Yeah, that half-court trap here from Carroll. But Irving takes it all the way, and Hill denies that one. One of the best shot blockers in the Catholic League, and you saw that on full display right there. And a momentary stoppage from the refs. Not quite sure what we have here. The refs talking to Coach Bowe. Would love to be a fly on the wall of that conversation, but can't quite hear what they're saying. And now the refs are huddling up here. It will be O'Hara basketball.
Anquan getting his defense ready for the inbounds play, telling them what area they're guarding on the floor.
Now both coaches are convening, as well as Athletic Director Tom Quintos and Assistant Athletic Director Bill O'Donnell. And now both teams are coming together. It's kind of a free timeout, but coaches are talking to the officials. We saw something similar to this a couple games ago where Athletic director Tom Quintos had a meet with the rest, but we weren't sure what they discussed there.
O'Hara calling their team over to discuss what they're going to do here on the inbounds play.
This is acting like a free timeout for both teams. Looks like more Matt Evans is leading the conversation on the sideline for Carroll instead of Coach Bo, but
yeah, Matt, a team captain this year, doesn't get a ton of playing time, but a guy who's going to lead vocally and be able to lead this team hopefully to a deep run in the Catholic League playoffs. One can only imagine as to what is going on here with the athletic directors and the coaches.
Foul.
So it looks like we're about to resume play here. Again, not quite sure. So I was just informed by Assistant Athletic Director Bill O'Donnell that there was a technical call for going to the bathroom during the game. I don't even know what that means, and I'm not quite sure I even want to know what that means. But regardless, we're underway.
And if you're wondering who that technical's on, it was Chase Coleman who went to go to the bathroom.
And it's going to be Masai Harris setting it up to Tricky. He kicks it to Irving with a good look from three, and he leaves that short. Anquan Hill tries to sky for the rebound, but he knocks it off of Tyler Seward. And that's going to stay here with the O'Hara Lions. As we said, this is their season debut. They finished 9-5 in the Catholic League last year for a 6th place finish. They lost in the quarterfinals to Newman Goretti, who eventually went on to be the champions last year. But O'Hara has lost a lot of players via graduation and transfer, so this is a very much a new-looking team. But with Tricky and Irving, they've got some guys returning. And it looks like Masai Harris is going to get called travel there.
It might be O'Hara's first game, but they came out here shooting already 5 attempts from 3.
It'll be Moses Hips now on the wing. He tries to get into Ivory. Almost stolen away. Nice save from Caleb Carter, who lays it up with the right hand for 2. Caleb Carter, his first bucket of the game. He's averaging 8.7 points per game for the Patriots, and Carroll has their first lead of the ball game.
Carter's going to be big tonight if Carroll wants to win the ball game, adding length and adding a shooting presence as well on defense and on offense.
Great defense by the Patriots there, forcing the turnover.
And it'll be Tyler Seward here bringing it up for the Patriots. Carter in the corner. A cutting Seward is met. He goes all the way, finishes into the larger Jack's Tricky. The O'Hara coaching staff pleading that Tricky was straight up.
2 already
that's going to be
Tricky.
Counted for Tyler Seward.
Those 2 for Tricky are going to be big. Hill's got a size advantage on almost anyone on the floor, and 2 on him will mean he will have to sit.
And Seward's going to have a chance to go to the line and add one more. Tyler Seward, the second leading scorer for the Patriots, averaging 10.3 points per game. Also 6th in the PCL, averaging 2.8 steals per game. So he's been making his presence felt on both sides of the ball here. And he leads Carroll with 5 points, and they have their largest lead of 4 right now.
Looks like for O'Hara, Cervelio has checked in.
It's going to be a corner 3 from Amir Spates, the freshman who's checked in. He can't get it. Looks like that's going to be a jump ball, and possession will belong to the Patriots. Yeah, Chev Cervelero is into the game. And just as I say that, he checks out. Trey Roberts comes back in. Carroll looking much better to start here, as they did in their last 3 contests, a game that they would love to have here. That ball is going to be off of Hips, and we're going to be going the other way. Carroll is extended into this 3-quarter court press here, looking to disrupt O'Hara's rhythm early on. It's going to be turned, almost stolen away, but Masai Harris gets it up to Irving. Harris. The floater, no good. Caleb Carter with the rebound. And it's going to be Seward the other way. Seward into the lane. Finds Carter. Anquan Hill's got a good look for three. He's long with that one. It would be big to get Anquan Hill going from deep. He's played very well to start, but he has not been able to get the three ball to go yet this season. Really been struggling from the three-point line, but it would be big for him if Anquan could get a couple buckets. It's going to be a timeout from Carroll. The last time these two teams met, Carroll was able to emerge victorious in a game that I would call a chippy contest. A lot of talking, not just between the two teams, but also the student section of Carroll as well. Things got a little bit intense, and these two teams don't particularly care for each other. So we'll see if it gets closer down the stretch, if there's going to be any confrontation. But Carroll for now leads this game 11-7. Just over 2 minutes gone by, or just 2 minutes left, I should say, in the first quarter.
Carroll done a great job to get an early lead in this one. See if they can keep adding on to their lead here in this game.
Carroll still going to stick with this three-quarter court press. They've had success with it. Nick Lamey's in the game for the first time for the Patriots. Trey Roberts inbounds it to Harris. Ivory on him. And it's going to be stolen away. Ivory to Hips, who's going to lay in for two. Moses Hips thought he got fouled there, and it looked like it. But he'll finish anyway, and Carroll leads by 6. Excellent start from the Patriots.
This press could be good for the Patriots. Get some early buckets off turnover, see if they can't change the momentum of this game and get out in front early.
Three ball is going to be no good from Hunter Johnson. Caleb Carter looks like he's going to take it the other way. To Hips. Back to Carter, who spins in the lane, goes all the way, and finishes for 2 over Trey Roberts. And O'Hara's going to use a timeout. Excellent start here for the Patriots, and they have their largest lead of the game, 15-7. Very balanced scoring so far from the Patriots as well. You got Tyler Seward with 5, Caleb Carter with 4, Anquan Hill with 4, and Moses Hips with 2. This is definitely the start, if you're a Carroll fan, that you were hoping for. After I said Carroll coming off 3 losses in games that weren't particularly close. And they didn't really shoot it well at all in those games. Didn't defend the best, but it looks like Carroll on both sides of the ball today has come to play. So far, Carroll has been averaging 48.8 points per game, which is only 10th in the Catholic League out of 11 teams, because 4 teams had not played yet because of COVID protocols. Archbishop, Ryan, O'Hara, Lansdale, and West Catholic all haven't played. Like I said, Carroll has struggled to score the ball. They struggle to shoot it. They're 18% from 3, which is last in the Catholic League, but looks like offensively they've been just fine so far to start.
And you mentioned
Carroll's
those 40.
press has shown that their defense does not lack hustle.
It's going to be Harris, and that's going to be snatched away by Anquan Hill. He's the leading rebounder for a reason. He can go up and get the basketball. That's going to be a foul on the floor. Looks like that one's going to be on Trey Roberts. Excuse me, that'll be on Johnson. That'll be his second. So Hunter Johnson's going to have to come out.
2 bigger guys for O'Hara getting in foul trouble early could lead to the length of the Patriots taking over this ballgame.
Zuri Harris has now come on. It's going to be Lamey out to Anquan Hill. A minute to go here in the first quarter. Carroll leads by 8. Seward. Carroll has not taken many threes today, which I think is personally good for the team, as they've been struggling to make them. It's good to see them trying to get to the basket. That's where they excel, as Lamey explodes to the rim. Can't finish. Anquan Hill with the rebound. He's stuck in the paint. Finds Caleb Carter, who cuts in again. Goes up for 2. Caleb Carter has had his way in the lane. He's got 6. The physical guard has gotten to the rim at will today. And with 25.3 seconds to go, Caleb Carter is going to get called for the foul there as he pushes Roberts out of bounds. That'll be Carter's first. Chase Coleman will come get him. Carroll leads by 10.
Anquan Hill on that last offensive possession with yet another rebound. Like we said, leads the Catholic League with rebounds.
It'll be Irving now. Seward tightly on him. Irving spins and has his way for two. Nice move by the physical guard, Adrian Irving Jr. And Carroll will have a last second shot here, 5 to go. Hill into the lane, spins, fadeaway jumper. He's got it. Anquan Hill with the big bucket to end the quarter. Carroll leads 19-9.
And now we would like to hear an announcement from Mrs. Gata, our Director of Admissions here at Carroll.
Thanks for having me tonight, Billy. Hi, everyone. My name's Michelle Gatta, and I'm the Director of Admissions for Archbishop Carroll. Even though I also coach for Carroll, Carroll basketball is one of my favorite sports here. I've known Coach Bo and his staff for almost 10 years, and it's always great to come see a game. From Carroll Admissions World, things are really booming for the class of 2025. 141 registrations and still counting. It's not too late to register or even apply. The best way to do this is to visit the Carroll Admissions page of the website. Also, check out our virtual open house and new Day in the Life of a Patriot video. You can always follow us on social media, Instagram, and Facebook to see the day-to-day happenings at our school. I'm looking forward to also working with the 7th graders in this spring. So for any 7th graders out there, stay tuned for more events for you this spring. I'm happy also to talk to any family interested in Carroll. Don't hesitate to reach out. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the game, and go Patriots.
Thank you, Ms. Scotta. And now, back to the game.
Yeah, what a great start. You couldn't have asked for a better start if you're a Carroll fan. After they've struggled a lot in their last 3 games, scoring the ball, playing defense, they've really come out, like I said here, both sides of the ball, aggressive with a purpose, and really taking it to Cardinal O'Hara today.
19 first quarter points for the Patriots, coming in 10th in the Catholic League with 48 per game, on track to score over 75 tonight. We'll see if that holds true, but good start.
It's going to be Roberts inbounding now. He's got it to Irving. Messiah Harris led O'Hara with 5 in that first quarter. Irving also had 2, and Jack Strickey had a bucket. Irving probing into the lane, stops, spins, goes up for 2. Excellent maneuvering into the lane by Adrian Irving, and he's got his second bucket for 4. O'Hara cuts his Carroll lead to 8. Anquan Hill gets into the lane, and he'll have an easy 2. Great look from Seward to Hill. Anquan's got 8. Carroll still maintaining this pressure. It's really giving O'Hara some trouble so far. Messiah Harris has a good look for 3. Can't quite hit that one. It'll be Irving. That's going to be a foul on the floor. Looks like that's going to be on Chase Coleman. That'll be the freshman's first.
That'll actually be his second, since the technical foul was on him.
Didn't realize the technical foul was called on Coleman. So excuse me. Thank you, Billy, for pointing that out to me. I wasn't sure that was on.
Coleman may have gotten away with one there. Could have been a third, but they call it travel.
Was all because he had to use the bathroom.
Carroll leads by 10 here. A minute gone by here in the second. It'll be Anquan Hill at the top of the key. Carter into the lane, stops, spins, puts up a mid-range 2. Can't hit that. Rebound to Trey Roberts. Roberts will take it the other way. He's got Zuri Harris. Irving thought about a 3. Now he will take it. And he will not hit anything there. That'll go out of bounds. Possession will go to the Patriots.
Irving frustrated with himself, shooting 0 for 4 from 3 so far in this one.
The hips to Coleman, the freshman. Good connection there. Chase Coleman takes it all the way to the rim for 2. It'll be Chase Coleman's first bucket. Averaging 6 points on the year. He gets on the board here for the Patriots, who extend to their largest lead of the game, 12 points. O'Hara gets it across. Trey Roberts back to Irving. Spates is also out there with Masai and Zuri Harris. Masai Harris stops. He's going to call for another travel, and he can't believe it.
Irving also playing with a wrap on the wrist. Be interesting to see if that affects his shooting going down the stretch. Didn't notice that in the opening.
Seward with the baseball pass. Up to Chase Coleman. Anquan Hill in the lane. Kicks it to Carter. Thought about a three. He'll drive. Kick it to Hips. Hips drives baseline. He's trapped there. He's going to get called for a travel. A lot of travels so far from both sides. We'll be headed the other way. O'Hara basketball here.
Already seen when Anquan Hill got it on the post on that possession. 3 Lions came over at him. He had to pass it away.
Caleb Carter with the quick hands with the steal. And he'll draw the foul on Trey Roberts. That will now be his first. Active hands from Caleb Carter. You love to see that.
And this press could be exactly what Carroll needs to use the defensive side of the basketball to, help them win this basketball game. It could be big, and it's already turned into a couple of turnovers, a couple points. Good stuff.
Carter at the line for 2. He rattles home the first. Carter, he's got 7 today, averaging 8.7 points per game, 4.3 rebounds. But also tied second in the Catholic League with 6 assists per game, only trailing Xavier Brown and tied with Rasul Diggins. So that's great company from the senior. He's really been able to share the ball. Carter misses the free throw but gets his own rebound back. Kicks it to Ivory. He's got Hips, who stops for the mid-range 2, and he rattles that home. Great move from Moses Hips. Had a 3, decided against it, drove in, and stroke 2 from mid-range. He's got 4.
Great fundamentals by Carter. Grab your own rebound, get it to the offense, and let the offense do their work, and he did a great job there.
Carroll trapping Irving. He somehow steps through that. He goes all the way up, kicks it. And that's going to be a bucket from O'Hara. Looks like there's going to be a mask problem here from O'Hara. We're trying to find out who that is for you, number 4. We don't have that in our book, but we're going to find out who number 4 is for O'Hara for you, and we'll get that for you. So it's going to be a steal. Masai Harris turns it over.
Great hands by Seward.
Seward is going to step out. Let's him go the other way. Nick Lamey's going to check back in for the Patriots.
As is Harold Ivory, who also checks in here.
Cheerleaders getting vocal here now. That's really the only support that they have. The players, no parents, obviously. JV team was here momentarily. It looks like they've left. That foul's going to be on Nick Lamey, his first. Carroll leads by 13. Masai Harris. Irving out the top of the key. Pump fakes. Into the lane, spins. There's going to be another walk. These refs have not been shy to call travels today, I'll tell you. It'll be Nick Lamey getting things going here for the Patriots. About halfway through the second quarter, Carroll is doubling up O'Hara right now, up 26-13. Ivory stuck with it, gets it to Lamey. Caleb Carter, top of the key to Hips. Moses Hips. He can hit from there.
Neither team playing with a lot of urgency. Good to see Carroll, especially with the lead they have.
So it's going to be a foul on the floor. That'll go against Hunter Johnson. Looks like that'll be his third.
Sorry, that foul was actually on Kamar and Bambara. That'll be his first.
Caleb Carter takes it all the way in, and he gets another. Caleb Carter has been attacking today. Irving has it in the corner now. Now Masai Harris will set things up. Irving will try another three. He again can't hit. Anquan Hill with the rebound. He's got a leaking Moses hips. Takes it all the way in. Can't finish, but Anquan Hill tries with a putback dump. He can't finish. Will be Irving. He'll try a long two. That won't go, but Trey Roberts wins the rebound away. No good. Carter finally secures the rebound for the Patriots.
O'Hara not shy to let it fly from deep early. Unsuccessfully many, but definitely putting them up.
Caleb Carter feeling it now. And buries the three. Caleb Carter, give him 13. As Carroll has extended this lead to 18 points. I can't say that I expected this. Carroll has been struggling coming into this ball game, but they've shown no signs of it here, really breaking out of that slump that they've been in, playing some excellent defense, which has generated some great looks for them on the offensive end, and they lead by 18 here.
Not only has their defense been great, but their shooting has as well, shooting 12 from 17 from the field, and only has shot 6 3-point attempts, making 2 of them after shooting 27 attempts from 3 in their last game. Looks like Daryl Simpson Jr. will see his first action here for Carroll.
O'Hara's really going to try to cut in this lead this last 2:30. If he can get this lead somewhere around 12 points, something manageable. But Carroll turns him over again. It'll be Seward. And looks like it'll be Trey Roberts fouling him. It's like Seward's going to be going to the line for a 1-and-1 here.
Roberts, that's his second.
Seward leaves the front end short. Looks like that's going to be a foul on Seward, fighting for his own miss. That'll be Tyler Seward's first personal.
Hill and Hips back in for Ivory and Seward.
It'll be Masai Harris here. Trap. Zuri Harris gets it over. It'll be Amir Spates in the corner, the freshman dealing with Caleb Carter there. Gets it out. Jack Strickey back in the game. He's had to sit early with those fouls. He spins. So it's going to be a foul on the floor.
Carroll seems to have gone to his zone too, maybe to help close out on three-point shooters. I'm not sure, but we'll see how that progresses for the rest of the night.
Looks like Anquan Hill's going to get called with that one. That'll be his second. Carroll now at the team foul limit here with just under 2 minutes to go. Looks like Harold Ivory is going to come in and get Anquan Hill. Don't want him to pick up another foul.
Tricky back for O'Hara. It's been his first action since early in the first quarter. Had to sit with those fouls early on.
Masai Harris cannot handle that pass.
Harris for O'Hara, leading their team in scoring with 5.
Carroll, great defense here in the second quarter, only allowing 4 points as Caleb Carter gets in the lane, kicks to Moses Hips. You know he'll have a go, and he'll knock that one down. Give the freshman 7. Moses Hips with limitless range. He has his first triple of the day. Carroll leads by 21 as Masai Harris goes in, floats up 2, can't get it. Caleb Carter with the rebound. Definitely the player of the first half has been Caleb Carter. Moses Hips, he'll have another. That'll be short. It's tipped. Caleb Carter wins it away, and Carroll has numbers. Nicolami spins to Hips, and he'll reset here. A minute to go here in the first half.
Fundamentals have been great. Following your own shot, getting offensive rebounds, big for the Patriots as Carter gets another there.
Caleb has 15 now. He is now beating O'Hara by himself. 36-13. This is the best half of basketball Carroll's played all season. Tricky in the corner. He'll try to back down. Carter kicked it to Harris for 3. Won't go. Tricky with his own miss. Looks like that's going to be a foul on what would appear to be Caleb Carter. And that'll send Tricky to the line, where he'll have a one-on-one opportunity. Chase Coleman comes back in. Tricky, a senior. He and Irving are the only returning players for O'Hara. Really had significant minutes last year. He had to sit a lot with those early fouls. So he'll knock down his first at the line. He's got 3.
Both teams in the bonus here. Under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Tricky knocks down a pair.
Looks like Seward getting some attention from the training staff on the sideline. We'll see if that inhibits him in the second half at all. Hopefully not.
Yeah, definitely a player Carroll's going to want to have out there. So we'll keep an eye on Seward as Nick Lamy drives all the way in, dumps it off to Simpson. Beautifully done there.
Beautiful find by Lamy to Simpson underneath. Well done from the Patriots there.
Simpson with his first bucket. Carroll leads by 23 here with 10 seconds to go in the first half. It'll be Masai Harris. Coleman on him, and he's going to get the foul there. Really didn't want Chase Coleman to pick up his 3rd there, but he does. And it'll be 1-1 for Masai Harris, who leads O'Hara with 5 points. 4.2 seconds here. So Carroll, if they get a rebound here or Harris makes both, they could have an opportunity to push it up for a last-second shot. Harris gets that one to roll in off the front rim. He makes that. He's got 6 now. Harris makes both. 4.2 seconds left here for the Patriots. Carter to Hips. Tight defense on him. Hips to Coleman. He would not get it off in time. That won't count. But regardless, an excellent first half of basketball from the Carroll Patriots. They lead O'Hara by 21. I score of 38-17, and I'm going to throw it over to Billy Englert. He's going to have an interview with Mr. Gennaro coming up in just a minute here.
Hello and welcome to our halftime show. I'm pleased to be joined with Mr. William Gennaro, who is our acting principal at Archbishop Carroll. Thank you, Mr. Gennaro, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
could you please tell us about your background and how you ended up being the acting principal at Carroll?
Well, this is my 8th year at Carroll in a teaching or an administrator role, my 10th year overall. I spent about 3 or 4 years teaching in the English department and teaching English and history to freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. 1 year as the disciplinarian, and now I'm in my 3rd year as the assistant principal for academic affairs, and have been helping out in some other ways this year as well.
What sports did you play as a youth?
Growing up in grade school, I pretty much played any sport you could put in front of me. Football, basketball, baseball. I ran track for a year. Was involved in everything. When I went to high school at St. Joe's Prep, I played football and I rowed on the crew team for all 4 years, and then turned my rowing career there into a 4-year scholarship at Temple University.
You mentioned crew, so I understand that you started our crew program at Carroll. Tell us how you did it.
So I started right after I got out of college in 2008. I started coaching back at my alma mater at St. Joe's Prep for about 2 years, and then from there was asked to sort of come over here and help guide and start the program. So we started in the spring of 2012 with about 60 to 75 kids, and we're in right around our 9th or 10th year at this point in time. The numbers always escape me; they all run together. But the boys and girls programs now combined for about 25 to 30 kids. We row out of a boathouse in Conshohocken, and have been pretty successful. Our boys and girls for the last couple years have finished in the top 20 in the country on both programs, which has been pretty awesome.
And through your 8 years, what has been your favorite thing here at Carroll?
Well, Archbishop Carroll had started as a place for me to start coaching and getting to run my own crew program. And then from there, turned into a place that I could start teaching. And all of a sudden, I find myself with a master's degree and working as an administrator. And all of that is great, but it's really the community of the school that comes with it. Getting to see the kids come in and out every day, getting to work with so many kids, and then their siblings as well, a couple years later after having taught them. It's been a real pleasure to be here, and I look forward to many more years to come.
I would like to thank Mr. Gennaro for joining us, and we will see you for the second half. and Josh has 2.
All right, we're about to get underway here in the second half in a game that's been all Carroll through the first 16 minutes. Caleb Carter's been the high man of the game. He's got 15. Carroll Tyler Stewart has 5. Anquan Hill has 8. Moses Hips has 7. Chase Coleman and Darryl Simpson both have a bucket each for 2 points.
In a half that was dominated by Carroll. A half that was dominated physically by Carroll. We'll see if they can keep the physical play up, keep overmanning a small O'Hara team, and keep this game within their reach and outside of O'Hara's as we start here in the third quarter.
Shooting for O'Hara in that first half, they had hit 5 out of 18 shots, including 1 of 11 from 3. Carroll shot 15 of 21, very efficient from the floor, as there's Anquan getting the 2.
Yeah, Hill's got a bucket. He's in the double figures here. He's got 10. That's a great start from Carroll. Very much improved offense so far. Working it into Hill, not settling for as many three-pointers. Good quality looks, getting to the rim. Coach Bo definitely put an emphasis on this going into this game, and they've really executed the game plan so far.
Staying in this zone defensively, too. We'll see if that'll be able to disrupt some three-point shooting. We heard O'Hara put up 11 in the first half. You don't want them to start making those and getting this game back in within their reach.
Irving spins, that's no good, and then it's going to be Hunter Johnson who's going to be fouled. Looks like that's going to be on Harold Ivory. Trying to contest that shot. That's only Ivory's first. And earlier in the game, we said number 4. We didn't know who that was for O'Hara. We just checked at the official scores table. It's going to be Josh Kalanja, so he has 2 for O'Hara. As Johnson misses the first. He misses a pair. Rebound fought for. And some Carroll players converge there, but none of them can come up with the rebound. It's going to go out of bounds, so that'll stay here with the lines of Cardinal O'Hara.
Carroll came out with the starters to start this second half too, but you see Tyler Seward still over on the bench. Wonder if it's still the hand they were working out earlier with the training staff. We'll keep an eye on it.
It's going to be tricky in the middle. Thought about a mid-range pull-up. He dribbles in to Masai Harris. He had the hot hand in the first half, and he's got another one here. Masai Harris leads all O'Hara players. He's got 10. It's going to be stolen away by Trey Roberts. He's going to glide in for 2, but he mishandles it. As he goes up with the left hand, gets caught underneath the basket. And that would have been a big bucket for O'Hara. But it's going to be Patriot basketball, leading by 20. Seward in now. Looks like that hand problem is not going to be a factor right now. Let's see if it's going to bother him later on, but right now he looks all right. It's going to be Hips in the corner. You know, he's not shy, can't hit. Irving, full drive in, spin, kicks. Johnson for 3, won't go. It's going to be Ivory, pushes the other way. Anquan Hill in open space, kicks it to Hips. Good look, Anquan Hill to Moses Hips.
Beautiful find by Hill to the cutting Hips. Great fundamental basketball.
Absolutely. Moses Hips has 9. Irving just gets it. He puts up a floater, can't hit it. Tricky tries to fight for the rebound. It will go off his fingertips. Carroll basketball exactly 2 minutes into the second half. Carroll still holding a commanding lead. It's 42-20. Anquan Hill pops a 3. No good. Rebound Hunter Johnson. He'll take it the other way. Going coast to coast with the floater. Leaves that just a bit long, and Caleb Carter has it the other way. Very up and down action here to start. Moses Hips left all alone. Got it! Moses Hips. Can't leave him open.
Hips is only a freshman. Teams, as time goes on, will hopefully learn to not leave him open from over there. As you see, Carter gets a steal, goes to the left, finishes with the right. Another good one from Caleb Carter.
Caleb Carter has got 17 now. Carroll is all over O'Hara right now. They're up 27. This is their biggest lead of the game. You got to think that O'Hara, this being their first game, definitely not quite in the rhythm of PCL play yet, and Carroll is really taking advantage of that. As Tricky has a nice mid-range 2. It's his second field goal of the game. He's got 6 points. Caleb Carter brings it up, slows it down for the Patriots. They look to set things up here. So Carroll only averages 48 points a game. They're already at 47, not even halfway through the third as Carter misfires. Irving to Masai Harris. It's a couple times today Masai Harris is trying to make a move before getting that dribble down, and the refs have gotten him every time for that travel. Ivory looks like he's going to be checking out here. For Nick Lamy, we'll see his first action of the second half. And it'll be Seward here. Tyler Seward. Everyone from Carroll getting involved here. Very balanced scoring. Obviously Carter has a 17, but everyone's been getting involved here. It'll be Seward. Roberts on him. He spins into the lane. Tyler Seward stops, spins again. Looks like he got blocked, got it back. Still can't finish. Loose ball. Hill has it, but it's taken away by Jack Stricky. And look out below. But he can't finish. Look like he was going for the slam and then just left it off the rim, and that's going to be a Moses Hips 3 the other way. And he just rims out. But definitely want Moses Hips to keep shooting if you're Carroll. Irving now, he'll try a 3. He's had no success from there. Irving's had some nice drives, but from 3, not made anything.
O'Hara continuing to put up 3s even though they've been unsuccessful.
Hips, who had 5 threes in his last game, looking to do that in this one as well.
Hill with the spin. That's going to be a walk. Didn't look like it from up here. Looked like he only took 2 steps there. He gathered the basketball and looked like he went up for 2, but they're going to get him with the walk. And it's going to be Sal Monastero's first action. And now the refs look like they're in a bit of a disagreement here. It's going to be a timeout. Looks like...
We mentioned this being O'Hara's first game, and with the new mask rules and everything, you can only wonder, how it's affecting these guys, getting their legs under them, their first time playing in the full action with this. It's got to be difficult. We've seen it from every team so far, so you can only think that's been hampering their play. But a really solid game from the Patriots. I mean, shooting, defense, everything's been really solid, fundamentally sound, and we'll see if this continues. Hopefully throughout the rest of the season, a deep run into the PCL playoffs.
Yeah, this is a game for Carroll. They really needed this one. They really needed to come out and put together a quality basketball game, and they've really done that so far on both ends.
Carroll also, their defense has been great, but they've even played an even better thing that they haven't so far this year, which is defense without fouling. Only have about 8 fouls so far through this one. The last 2 games, they had 18 each.
That is right. Carroll is fouling much less, but still playing very solid defense. This zone press seems to be working for them. It's been giving O'Hara lots of trouble all day. Masai Harris with the floater just inside the arc. Jack Stricky's going to win that down for the board. He'll go up, but Anquan Hill says no to that one. Hips tries to save it. That's going to be into Kalangis. Irving with the nice dump off to Tricky, the seniors. The nice connection there. And Anquan Hill's forced to foul that one. Tricky will go to the line.
Number 3 for him.
It's Anquan's 3rd.
That is definitely something to keep an eye on. Carroll's most consistent player.
That was a great behind-the-back pass by Adrian Irving.
Looks like Caleb Carter and Darryl Simpson are getting ready to check back in. You figured for Caleb Carter when he came out, he wasn't going to be on that bench for long. Tricky can hit the first. Anquan Hill's going to come out with those 3 fouls, and Seward will take a rest as Caleb Carter gets him. And this is a Carroll team. Their defensive rating was 110.9. It was the worst in the PCL so far through their first 4 games, but they've come out looking like a different team here, at least through the first 2.5 quarters. And it's something that Coach Bo has definitely got to be pleased with.
You can only think to imagine that zone press and the zone overall, helping them with spacing on defense, not getting in each other's way and letting everyone do what they're best at, has been really, really good for the Patriots so far. I really like it for them with the way the team's constructed. I hope we see it more often.
Absolutely is. Tricky hits 1 of 2. Irving goes for the steal, won't get it. Caleb Carter tries to go in. He had Monastero in the corner, but that's tipped away and stolen. It'll be Masai Harris, who kicks it to Kalangis for 3. He just rims out. Nick Lamy goes behind the back. Drive, stops, mid-range. Won't go from Lamy. And then it'll be Masai Harris taking it up again for O'Hara. Irving's going to slow things down here for the Lions, who have really struggled to get in the rhythm today offensively. Tricky in the paint, Simpson on him. He's got a cutting Kalangis, who just can't get that two to fall. It rims out. It'll be Nick Lamy to Monastero. Hips in the corner. Masai Harris on Moses Hips. Sal Monastero, the junior, gives it to Carter. Caleb Carter with the good look underneath to Monastero. Gets it to Simpson, falling away with the bucket and the foul. Great ball movement from Carter to Monastero to Simpson for 2 plus the foul. The big man will go to the line for 1 more. That's Daryl Simpson's second bucket of the game. Give him 4 and he'll have a chance to add to that here. It's nice to see with Anquan Hill out, they're still able to work it inside the Patriots. Daryl Simpson coming right in and being productive. He misses that free throw.
Simpson adds a nice big body off the bench. He's a really solid football player, plays defensive end and tight end, and brings that big physicality to the basketball court also. Great to see for the Patriots with some forward depth off the bench.
Kalangis can't hit the 3, but he gets his own miss. Goes all the way up, finishes plus the foul. Josh Kalangis. That foul is going to be on Caleb Carter. Will be his 3rd. There's going to be Amir Spates for the first time in the second half. And Pearson again for the first time all game.
Taylor Seward going to check in now for Carroll for Moses Hips.
Kalangis rims out in the free throw. Monastero brings it up the other way to Lamy. Carroll utilizing their bench more than normal. They got 3 subs in, but all 3 of them, Lamy, Monastero, and Simpson have played productive minutes, and that's going to be a foul. Looks like on McGinn.
And one thing on the other side of the ball for Carroll, 3 fouls from Carter and Hill each, 2 senior leaders, 2 scorers, so hopefully that doesn't hamper them going down the stretch.
That's going to be offensive. That's going to be on Daryl Simpson pushing off there. That's only Daryl's first, though. But like Andrew was saying, you really want to keep Carter, who's still in the game, and Hill with those 3 fouls out of foul trouble. Don't want them to pick up their 4th. Don't want them to have to sit for extended periods of time. Carroll still sitting in this zone press.
That zone press has been so efficient, whereas O'Hara staying with the man as Leary goes in, drives with the layup.
Nick Lamy finishes for 2 there. And O'Hara's forced to use a timeout. It's all Carroll here. With a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter, they lead by 26. That's Nick Lamy's first bucket.
Lamy picking up that bucket. This team's got a really big mix of young and old. A lot of seniors, a lot of freshmen, but, good times to come for the Patriots. You see 2 freshmen in Hips and Coleman who make a lot of contributions. You'll see Monastero, who's a junior. You'll see Grasso, hopefully, and later in the game, who's a junior. But the 2 freshmen making really big contributions to this team is a good sign for Patriots fans going forward.
Absolutely. And I mean, you think about Moses Hips and Chase Coleman, already coming in, starting as freshmen, contributing as freshmen. You can only imagine what they're going to be doing their junior and senior year. They're going to be competing for PCL championships, you would imagine.
And Hips, with the range he has, I mean, he's a guy who can stretch the floor offensively. He's like Damian Lillard in a way where, we watched him, us Sixers fans watched Damian last night. He can shoot it from anywhere on the offensive side of the floor, and effectively. So, I mean, it's huge to have a guy like that who can shoot it like that and effectively. It's going to be a matchup nightmare for teams for years to come. You'll only imagine to see, what's going to happen coming down the stretch.
We said during that first half, Carroll had a great first half, but their struggle in their last couple games has been getting back in the second half after only being down about 9 at the half. But they lead this one so far when they came into the half, and they've done a great job to stay ahead in the driver's seat.
It's going to be a 3 short from McGinn. It's going to be rebound to Kalangis. Yeah, O'Hara had the lead a little bit early, but once Carroll got the lead early in the first, it's been all Patriots as Tricky goes in. Carter doesn't want to pick up his 4th. Good defense from him there. Carter comes away with the rebound. He's going coast to coast here. He stops the lane. He's got Seward. Again, the refs really been making those travel calls. Seward doesn't agree with that one, and that one is a little questionable, at least from our point of view.
The refs are really watching the feet tonight. It's interesting. Not a call you see made often, especially in the NBA and college basketball. They're harping on it tonight. It's been the most called by far.
Carroll still, with 20 seconds to go here in the third, still maintaining that zone press. O'Hara's had some difficulty with it as Tricky gets in. Simpson on him. He'll have his way, plus the foul. Nice move from the senior, Jax Tricky, as he finishes, and he'll have a chance to go to the line for one more. He's a chance to join Masai Harris in double figures here, as he's got 9.
That foul was on Daryl Simpson. That'll be his second in the game.
Tricky can't hit it. Caleb Carter has a leaking Tyler Seward. It goes all the way up in the hard foul. Was forced to be given by Jax Tricky. That'll be his third. Caleb Carter looking like a quarterback on that one.
Carter, a great full court pass. Looked like Seward wanted to go up and put Tricky on a poster. Was unsuccessful. He'll go to shoot 2, a good mid-range shooter. So should be good stuff from Seward here at the line. We'll see. 12.5 seconds left here. See if Carroll can extend the lead even further. Maybe get some bench time here for these boys in the fourth quarter.
It'll be Seward. Seward knocks down that free throw. That'll be his first points of the second half. He's got 6. Look right now, from Jax Tricky's perspective, that's a wise foul because Tyler Seward looks like he was going to go up there and punch one. And he's forced to sit down here. Seward converts both. 12 seconds here, and it'll be Masai Harris. Carroll holding a 26-point lead. McGinn drives. He can't finish. Carter with the rebound. And through 3, it has been all Patriots. Carroll leads this one 53-27 going into the final frame.
O'Hara's still looking at answers to how to break the zone press. They've been trying backdoor, trying to drive in from the back door, but just Carroll has been able to contain it just enough to keep their lead intact.
Most points Carroll's allowed in a quarter tonight. Last quarter allowing 10. It's been 9, 8, and 10. So, I mean, the defensive side of the basketball has been spectacular. The offensive side of the basketball has been spectacular. I mean, it's a bounce-back game for Carroll that they've taken seriously and just played really good basketball and hopefully good things to come with a tough PCL schedule coming up. Hopefully no COVID interruptions for the team. So I really like what I've seen out of them tonight. The coaches should be happy. The players should be happy. Head into this long weekend with a victory and some more success going forward, we hope.
Absolutely. I mean, you've seen, obviously, you just talked about COVID. We don't want any more disruptions. We saw O'Hara had their beginning of the season, like 3 other Catholic League teams, disrupted because of contact tracing. But this is a big game, not just because Carroll's trying to snap a 3-game losing streak, but this game has some state playoff implications as well. Both of these teams are in Class 4A, and because of the limited state playoffs this year, this is a game that both teams wanted to have. They had any hopes of making a state run, and Carroll looks like they're in command of this one. Got a quarter to play, but it looks like Carroll's well on their way to their second league win, and O'Hara's going to drop their season opener.
And a matchup you could see going forward. I mean, both teams, like you said, Tommy, in the 4A classification from the PIAA. So again, you could see in PCL playoffs, further down the road in PCL league play possibly, or in state playoffs. So a good game for Carroll to know what O'Hara's going to come out with, know what they need to do to beat them, and they've shown that so far tonight really well.
Looks like Chase Coleman is checked in for Carroll.
It'll be Masai Harris, Seward on him.
Looks like Spites is checked in for O'Hara.
Yeah, Amir Spates is in the game. Tricky underneath. Seward did not want to foul. He lays in. He's got 11 now. Jack's Tricky. He leads O'Hara. Caleb Carter. He drives in. Leaves that short. Anquan Hill is back in the game with those 3 fouls. Irving thought about a step back, but he'll drive. Very downhill guard, likes to get to the rim. But he's going to be called for the offensive foul there. That'll be Adrian Irving Jr.'s first foul.
They're going to call him for a push-off there on the offensive possession.
Caleb Carter bringing it up now. Coleman, Harris on him. Coleman spins, loses it. It's going to be the other way for Amir Spates, who spins.
Wow.
Seward swatted that one out of there, but it's going to be a foul. Looks like on Moses Hips. That will be on Hips. Only Moses Hips is first. And a big round of applause from the bench as senior Matt Evans, the captain, checks in. Definitely going to be looking to get him a bucket.
Senior captain, great three-point shooter. You'll watch him play really physical, really good defense. He'll be able to face guard anyone. He does a lot of good stuff, and he's an intangible leader also on the bench. Great to have him on the roster.
It's going to be a wide open look from Asai Harris. He can't finish, and Matt Evans with that rebound. Caleb Carter looks like he'll try to take it all the way, and he'll get the roll. Caleb Carter been very impressive for the Patriots. He's got 19 to lead all scorers here.
We've seen a lot of fouls in this game from Carroll, but the good news for them is a lot of them have been on the floor, not forcing O'Hara to go to the line as much as Carroll has allowed teams to go to the line in the past.
Absolutely, as Irving glides in for two. The nice finish for him. He's got 6. Moses Hips from the parking lot, can't hit.
We talk about Hips' range. There's a good example of it. I mean, that shot was on target, just rimmed out, sadly.
Oh, he can hit from there. We've seen it.
Yeah, we've seen it all season long as Masai Harris goes to the hoop. He is fouled.
Masai Harris will go to the line there. That'll be Hips second. Masai Harris, the junior, has been very impressive. Knocked down a couple 3 balls here. Been able to get to the rim at times, pull up for some floaters. He knocks down the first one, and the Patriots are going to call a timeout here. But they lead this game by 23 points. Exactly 6 minutes to go here in the final quarter.
O'Hara might be their first game, and they have a lot to improve on, like how to break a press, a zone press if they face it against other teams. But shooting tonight for O'Hara, really struggling from 3, 1 for 15, 7 to 26 from the field, where you just see Carroll 19 for 31, a lot better than they have been in their last games. And only shooting 11 threes tonight. They made 4 of them, but not as much as we've seen in their last 2 games, which was 27 in their last game and 22 the game before that.
Like Billy said, the three-point shot, you see O'Hara's attempted 15 of them. You know, it can be your friend if you're starting to hit them, but there is some fundamentals you can go back to. Get the ball in the paint. O'Hara is small, but if they can use those guards to drive, get to the hole, and do things like that, they may be better suited going down the stretch. And those 11 threes for the Patriots, sure, that's a pretty good number, but shooting 25%, just about. You know, it isn't great, but when they're making them, and they're making them in bunches. And it's good to see the Patriots doing, and it can be your best friend, but it can also be your worst friend. But the Patriots fundamentally have been fantastic tonight.
Absolutely, yeah, and we've seen Carroll struggle from deep to start the season, so it's definitely an emphasis. You can just tell as Masai Harris hits the other free throw. Just take less threes, try to get to the rim for more high percentage looks, and it's really worked for the Patriots. And I'm sure it's something they'll try to work on moving forward. You don't want to...
We thought Anquan Hill was going to be the weapon in the paint, you know, to prevent from taking too many threes. As there's Caleb Carter with the miss. But we've seen a lot of driving by Caleb Carter, Moses Hips, getting to the paint and making those layups and easy baskets.
Late call there on Tyler Seward. That'll be his second. It'll send Adrian Irving to the line. Looked like Irving was almost falling down, and he got the bailout call by the officials.
And a call they've introduced recently, when you get into players' landing space, they don't want that. They don't want rolled ankles or hurt legs or anything like that. So it's a good call to be introduced, but something defenders have to be wary of for sure.
So Irving's got 7 now for O'Hara's. Ivory's in the game as well for the Patriots. Anquan Hill snatches that rebound. He's got a streaking Ivory. Back to Anquan Hill. Fakes the handoff to Hips. Hill will glide in for 2. Those long strides of Anquan Hill get him to the rim in about 2 steps, and he finishes there. Harris on the take the other way. Caleb Carter with the rebound.
Anquan Hill after that possession, limping a bit, but he looks to get back in action, and there he goes, driving into the paint, getting the layup to go.
Great look. Moses Hips to Anquan Hill, and that's two quick buckets right there.
And it looked like
for
some
the big
contact, but no call for Hill. Way to fight through the contact, get the bucket. You're not always going to get the call, so it's always good to get the basket no matter what.
Especially when you're Anquan Hill and you're 6'8". The refs don't give you as many calls as if you're someone like 5'10", so he's been used to playing through the contact as Irving puts up a 3. He can hit. Caleb Carter has been a monster on the glass today. He's definitely into a double-double, you'd think. Don't have the official rebounding numbers, but with those 19 points, Evans thought about a 3. He drives the floater just a bit long, but he fights for his own miss, wins that away underneath the ivory. Caleb Carter will reset.
Great fundamentals by Carroll. Get your own rebound, follow your shot.
Carter stops for the mid-range. He's got 21. Caleb Carter has done it all tonight for the Patriots. And they lead by 27 points over their rivals, Cardinal O'Hara. Here's Amir Spates, the freshman, to McGinn. Irving all the way in for 2. Very nice play, nice drive. Adrian Irving's had a few nice drives today for O'Hara. He's got 9.
Irving with those 9 points. He's had to do it on the floor as he's 0 for 7 from deep. As Anquan hits the 3.
Anquan Hill splashes that one.
Hill was 7 to start this quarter, and you can see he can stretch you out. He'll play low, he'll play high, but a lethal shooter for a 6'8" guy who's going to play a lot in the post. As you see, Hips picks up a foul that was about 30 feet away from the basket. Never one you want to see. But Carroll's going to go to the bench. Daryl Simpson, Justin Cannon, and Robbie Grasso will check in, as will Sal Monastero.
It looks like Carroll, it might be time to empty the benches here, as Caleb Carter and Anquan Hill have combined for 38 points to pace the Carroll attack. Carter with 21, Anquan Hill with 17. Your senior leaders are getting it done for you today.
And in for Carroll, Robbie Grasso, he checks in. Sal Monastero, Justin Cannon, all checking in for Carroll here late in the game.
These are big minutes for these guys too. If Carroll were to, have the unfortunate circumstance of an injury or have some COVID issues, or guys they need to come in off the bench, in a late season push, these are good minutes for these guys to get their feet wet, get their shots up, play good defense. So important minutes for these guys coming off the bench here.
Absolutely, Andrew. And you think about this Carroll team who doesn't traditionally play a deep roster, deep rotation. These minutes are going to be big, especially in this very unorthodox season that you really aren't sure what players you're going to need at certain times. As Justin Cannon has it here.
O'Hara made some switches too. Looks like Cervello is in the game, as well as
Robbie Grasso puts up a 3. Can't hit that one.
As well as Trey Roberts, who's checked back in. And
Cervello's in. Like I said, McGinn, we saw this happen to a Roman freshman, Toby Ojukwu, hitting that radiator that hangs below the corner.
A Catholic League freshman mistake at its finest there, the low radiator in the bottom corner at the Archbishop Carroll gym.
Those guys will learn it quick though, especially when they're playing games at Carroll. Grasso drives, kicks to Monastero. The lefty will have a try from 3. Simpson with the board. He'll go to the line.
Great job by Daryl Simpson fighting for the rebound down there in the paint.
Cervello rose first, as both teams have emptied their benches here. Carroll will improve to 2-3 in the Catholic League. O'Hara will fall to 0-1. Simpson can't hit his first.
And Simpson's a guy you could equate to a Sixer bench guy, Dwight Howard. He's going to come in, he's going to play great minutes off the bench when you need him to. He's big, he's physical down low, and he's going to fight for every rebound. So he's a guy that you're definitely going to need coming down the stretch when you're playing bigger teams like Roman Catholic, Newman Goretti, and such. A guy that's going to get good minutes here and hopefully get his feet wet and give us some more stuff there as he misses the second end. Robbie Grasso grabs the offensive rebound now.
It'll be Matt Evans here now to Justin Catton in the corner. He stops with it. He's got Evans coming off the screen. Evans works it in. Right to Simpson. It'll be Robbie Grasso in the corner. He can't hit.
And good to see the Carroll bench getting into it. You love those guys cheering on their teammates, especially in a game like this. These guys aren't going to get a ton of minutes, so you love to see that. As Grasso gets the steal to Cannon.
Up to Cannon. Cannon will glide in for 2. Nice bucket from Justin Cannon.
You love to see the Carroll starters cheering on the bench.
Absolutely. These guys go at each other every day in practice, but they're a tight-knit group. They're a family. They want to see everyone succeed. As Zuri Harris made a nice move into the paint. We'll put up 2. Under 2 minutes here. It's been a game that's been all Carroll. A much-needed victory and a great performance wire to wire from the Patriots. Sal Monastero, great look for Daryl Simpson for 2.
Beautiful find by the junior Monastero to Simpson, who lives in the paint.
Simpson's up to 8, actually. Oh, no, yeah, excuse me. Simpson's got 6. And that's going to be knocked in from Hunter Johnson from deep. That's his first points of the game. Monastero has made some great passes today. He's got another one to Cannon. He drives in all the way, leaves that one just short, but Simpson there. The second effort won't go, but Daryl Simpson gets it back and puts it up again. Now he's got 8.
Daryl Simpson fighting in the paint, getting not 1, not 2, but 3 rebounds and the putback on that possession.
Carroll hits a big point number here. They get 70. That's a great sign of things to come on the offensive side of the basketball for Archbishop Carroll.
That one won't go. Matt Evans, he'll put up a 3. Won't go. The bench really wanted that one to fall.
And that's their senior captain. That's the guy they love to see, getting these minutes and everything towards the end of this game as Grasso pulls down the offensive rebound, and it looks like Carroll will try to get across the half court and hold for what looks like it'll be a 70-43 victory here for the Patriots. A great showing in Catholic League play.
As Carroll will look to dribble this one out as their most impressive victory of the season. As they close out a wire-to-wire victory, that'll be 70-43. As they improve to 2-3 in the Catholic League. And you see Cardinal O'Hara in their season opener falls to 0-1. But for executive producer Devin Gallagher, Lydia Mayone, Mary Mady, and Emma Talago on camera, Andy Lynch and Joe Bushner on audio, and alongside Billy Englert and Andrew Renato, my color commentators, I'm Tommy Anderson. Have a good night, everyone, and roll Pats.